Hey guys, how is everybody doing? So I'm glad you're all here today. This is actually our last member chat of the year, believe it or not, and I'm excited to have Ginna here today. So she's going to be coming out in a minute. I just wanted to remind people that on Saturday I do have the Working Hour happening, the Working Hour because I made up that name. But for anybody who's interested in the what's going to happen in social media in 2021, which is crazy, who knows? But we're going to talk a little bit about that. And so we're going to have that Working Hour on Saturday, and you can grab the discounted price link right in the group. So that's happening. And then I'm going to bring out Ginna, who is another social media queen and a style maven and the style rebel mama. I think I got that right. But Ginna Tassanelli is here today, and I'm going to bring her out right now. Did I get your last name right, or did I butcher it?
No, you got it perfect. Yeah. I know, it's exactly how it's spelled.
It's exactly how it's spelled. So how are you doing today? And why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hello, everybody. Yes, my name is Ginna Tassanelli, and I own a social media marketing agency, and I'm also an image consultant and personal stylist to female entrepreneurs. I'm in South Florida right now. It's in the 50s. So it's been a nice change of weather. And yeah, I have been in this space for almost 12 years now. So pretty crazy. Been through all of the crazy changes that happen on a daily basis.
Yeah, I was going to say, what, like in that 12 years, what is the biggest change on social media? Because I did it in a different level. I was working for college bookstores. That's where I learned about social media from a business angle of it. But I haven't been doing it for the full 12 years, full-fledged like you have. So what's the biggest changes?
Well, it's interesting because when I began, I did mainly media buying still on traditional media. So radio, television, newspaper, that sort of thing. And I still do a little bit of that. I do have a couple clients that still do that. And then I would say probably about 3-4 years into the agency launching is when, with Facebook ads, those favorite 2 words, that's really when it changed for us as an agency, and my clients were just really all about really using the platforms for business. So that would be the major change that I've experienced. And then of course, there's always the algorithm changes, all that kind of stuff. But we stay on top of it to learn, how to work with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We always have to. There's always something happening. So tell me about, I guess, what's your favorite thing to do on social media? And then we'll talk about ads in a little bit. I'm going to ease into ads so it's easier for me to talk about.
So my favorite thing, this is kind of like my nerdy techie side, are the chat bots, which however, they have been very frustrating lately, as well as doing back-end research inside of audience, in audience insights inside of our ads manager. To me, that is probably, I think, my favorite thing, because it's a great place to learn about the audiences that you're trying to target. So yeah, it used to be actually using the social media was my favorite thing. But I'm not on my personal profile as much as people probably think that I am. I'm usually on my clients' profiles. So yeah.
Much more active on my clients' profiles than I am on mine. Come up with ideas for them to do things. Right. Yeah. I have to say that, it's very important, though, that you're doing the audience research, because you can't do anything if you don't know who you're talking to, as I'm sure you've mentioned to plenty of people. And it's hard. It's a hard thing if you don't know. It's right. Really next to impossible to reach the right people. So
absolutely.
By the way, guys, if you have any questions or anything that you want to share or you want Ginna to answer, please feel free to put it in the comments, and I will share that with her before we get to the end of this. All right. Okay, we can talk about ads. And poor Ginna does my ads, and I feel so sorry for her, because I will call her and I'll be like, it's not working. She's like, it's been up for 3 minutes. You need time. But I'm a little when it comes to ads, and I'm a little cranky about them. So she has to listen to me all the time. And I'm sure you have lots of clients that are better than me. But talk about ads and what's important for people to know.
So here's the thing. If you're using social media for your business, you have to treat it as a marketing tool for your business. The platforms are not made for businesses to use them for free. Mm-hmm. And so that's why organic reach is so difficult on a business page or on an Instagram business profile, because they know if you are, for one, abusing the platform and doing business on your personal profile, which you're not supposed to do. And if you are just content dumping and not actually connecting with people, engaging with people, even on your personal profile, connecting and engaging, if you see that boost button on your business page, it means that they're seeing you as a spammer, but you don't want to hit that boost button. So you need to just work on your copy, which I know Jonathan helps with. Work on your copywriting, work on, asking engaging questions. Your content should be valuable. It shouldn't be pushing products and pushing your services. There are ways to do that indirectly. And, but that's the thing, is you do need to run a paid strategy if you want to use it appropriately and to also have more control over who's seeing your content. Organically, you don't have control. Right. Anybody can land on your page, see your content. They may not be a good fit. But when you're advertising, you are specifically asking Facebook to find certain people that are a good fit for you. So, so that is, the beginning, like, psychology behind Facebook ads is, you have control over who's going to see your content and your business.
Facebook has control.
They do. But again, it's if you want to play in that pool, it's not your pool. Right? So you have to play with their rules, and the algorithm can work in your favor if you use it wisely. Right. I absolutely love the algorithm, honestly, because when I see engagement, it means they're favoring me. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing something right. If you're not seeing engagement, then, there are things that you probably need to tweak to help that.
Right. And I always tell people the algorithm is really, all it's doing is measuring how people use social media. Mm-hmm. So if you have to adapt to how people are using social media. That's what the algorithm is trying to do. So if you just think it should be this way, but it's not, you have to look at it and go, and it's one of those things, like when you are looking at stuff, when you see all these negative things on your feed and you say, I hate how all these negative things are showing up on my feed, but you're engaging with them, which means they're going to keep showing up on your feed. So stop engaging with them. I have a perfectly clean feed that has no politics in it. I've never engaged in politics on social media. So, it's nice and easy. Yeah. But it's how people use social media, so it's important. I
was going to say, not only social media, but also what you do just online is going to affect. There's algorithms on Google. There's algorithms on Pandora. I mean, everywhere there's algorithms. Yep. It's not just on Facebook or Instagram.
Yep. And you love the algorithms on Pandora when it actually plays you all the songs that you love. That's the one algorithm everybody loves. Sometimes. Right. So what is something, if somebody's starting to do ads, because I know I've sent some people over to you to start doing ads and stuff, because it is necessary now on social media. You can't reach everybody organically. You can't get what you want for a business organically. Right. It was funny. I didn't have a boost button on my page until really, really late. So I was like, I'm doing great. I don't need that. But what is something you would tell people that are starting on, looking to advertise and stuff?
I would say, if you can't budget to hire somebody to help you, take the Facebook Blueprint course. It's free. Watch some YouTube videos. Do not just jump in there and start spending money, because you can waste a lot of money if you don't have a strategy. Secondly, something that happens quite often to people that are just starting out with ads is they go straight to a conversion ad, because inside of Ads Manager, you have about, I don't know, 13, 15 campaign objectives. And the conversion objective, the purpose of that is to tell Facebook to find people that are more likely to convert on that ad, more likely to buy something from you, right? So as an entrepreneur, we want sales. We need to make some money. So we think, let's run some conversion ads and everyone that I target is going to buy this. It doesn't work that way. If they don't know who you are, they're not going to buy from you if it's especially a high ticket product. So the thing with social media ads is that they are that. You still have to be social with your ads. It's different than advertising on Google or even YouTube or Pinterest. It's on the social platform. So you need to walk people through kind of like a social funnel. And so we do a 3-tiered, and it can go up to about like a 4-tiered campaign, but it starts with a Facebook engagement ad to start building a targeted audience that's coming to your page, that's going to start recognizing you, which is building brand awareness. And that ad is typically a quote or a meme. and then once people are engaging with that ad, then you retarget them with a second ad. And that second ad should be a lead magnet, something free, a free resource that's easy for them to consume, that they're going to get into your email list. And then you retarget them again, because you can use your email list inside of your ads manager. You can import those emails into your ads manager. Facebook will find those profiles that match those email addresses and retarget them with a paid product, a conversion ad or a traffic ad, depending on where they are in your funnel. So that's really the method. And that's the method that works. And it's a low budget strategy method. You don't need to be spending $20 a day on one ad in order to get results.
Right. It adds up though. Don't forget $5 up, but
it does. It can add up. So, and you also want to plan ahead and be strategic. Like if you have a program that's launching in 2 weeks, you're behind the ball. Like you definitely don't want to spend on ads. Your best bet is to start reaching out to people, connect with people in groups, don't be slimy, salesy, start conversations, relationships, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And if you have a program launching in 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 years, you should still be doing that organically, even if you plan on running an ads campaign, because the more people you can reach organically, the easier it is to fill your programs, the easier, I didn't really use ads to fill my first 2 courses. So it's important to do organic and in person and all of it mixed together, because it's the mix that's going to help you be really, really solid. And
absolutely.
The ads, I, even as much as I complain about them, because it's fun to complain, but also
because it does take some testing, it takes some tweaking to get it right, so the other thing is all of these other actions that you're taking on the platform, it's also going to help your ads. So the more that you can engage as a human being on the platform, the better those ads are going to work. The same thing with the engagement on your page. It's all intertwined, because your profile is connected to your page. Right. So, and Facebook knows this. Their bots know this. Their bots know
a lot. So Rich Lupino has a question. He says, what if you are B2B, so business to business, and the visitors that use a different email on their Facebook than they do for their business?
Yeah, then you won't be able to unfortunately match them. So that's, that does happen. That's very possible.
Right.
So that's why you just want to continue to increase that email list as much as possible, because it is a numbers game.
Right.
So now, however, what you can do is that person engaged with an ad. So when you have your pixel set up on your website and you're driving traffic to a landing page on your website and they're downloading something, although you've captured their email and maybe you're uploading the emails to your ads manager and Facebook cannot match them with the email, you can still retarget everybody that landed on that landing page as their through the pixel, through that pixel data. So you still have an opportunity to retarget them. They just won't be retargeted in a custom audience that you set up with email addresses.
Okay. Well, that's a good question, Rich. And could he use, I don't know, LinkedIn has some advertising.
Yeah, they do.
Try to use some of that even over on LinkedIn, probably.
Probably. I've done LinkedIn ads a few times for a client and I really wasn't happy with them. But I'm not a LinkedIn expert, so that's just not that's not my place. I do more engaging on LinkedIn, connecting than running ads.
Yeah. All right. So let's have some fun. I have the question from last week that Chef Steph asked. So let's go in and ask, let me find it again. So Chef Steph asked, what do you want to be an expert in by the end of 2021 on social media? He wanted to be an expert in video.
I'm trying to think because I feel like I do so many different things on there. I would like to improve my my engagement in groups. I have great engagement, but it's more so like coming up with conversational topics that create that engagement. Some people are so quick at like coming up with questions, and questions are a great way to create engagement inside of a group. So I think my focus would be groups, being more of an expert inside of a group. Yeah.
Have you tried there is a new thing in groups, what are they calling it? It's like the card deck where you can ask a question and people can answer.
And then you get answers. I saw that. I haven't tried it yet, but I have seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting a little bit more engagement than if you just post a question. So that's
okay.
Helping a little bit. So he asks if, can he add pixels to his website and a subdomain?
Yes, absolutely. So there is one pixel ID. I mean, you can have multiple pixel IDs for multiple ad accounts, but for the specific ad account on that page, you have a pixel ID, you install it so it covers your entire website. And there's integration, very simple integration within Facebook, depending on the platform that you use for your website. And then what you want to do is create what's called custom conversions. And those are pixel events that you set up specifically on certain pages and you label them certain ways. So for example, if you go on Jonathan's website and you download his 9 essential posts, you get sent to a thank you page. We're tracking that thank you page with a specific label as a lead for that download. So you're able to be very specific, as like every single page on your website, you can be specific as to how you want to track it, and subdomains, count as well. So yeah, absolutely, Richard, for sure. Yeah.
So let's see. So what is your question you want me to ask the next person, which will be in January in 2021? We'll have somebody on and they'll get a question from you.
Okay. So my question was, what's the one thing you commit to doing differently in 2021 that you haven't been doing, but you need to be more consistent with?
All right. But you need to be more. I got it.
I know it's kind of a long one.
It's a long one, but it's a good one.
It's wordy.
It's wordy, but no, it's a good one because, there's a lot of things that we know we should be doing, but we don't necessarily do them as consistently. And, for a lot of my clients, it's sometimes just posting on social media. It's like being able to get past that. It has to be perfect. I need to wait to post it sort of moment with people. So what do you see as like a groundbreaking change that's going to happen on social media this year?
I actually just did a live on my page today about trends for 2021. I don't know a groundbreaking change, except things that you should be focusing on are live video or video in general. Video content already, live video is prioritized on Facebook. And also stories, like doing stories, being consistent with stories. I think you should do more if you can't post, at least do a story or 2 stories a day or 3 stories a day. That's something that I do personally. Like on Instagram, I'm such a slacker on Instagram, but I'll do stories, and that keeps me, it keeps things engaged. So, so video, stories. I do think that automated messaging with Messenger is still going to be big, but they do need to fix. There's a lot of issues in between like ManyChat and Messenger right now. Things do need to get fixed with that, but that's a great tool as well to stay connected with people. I would say those would be the top 3 things.
And I'm gonna add to that, although it's only sort of a little ad. I think for people that are looking to get back into business, the live shopping is going to be huge for small businesses, which is now live on many business platforms. And those really short form 15-second videos are going to be huge. And you don't have to do a reel, but you have to be able to get a point across in 15 seconds. And I think that's, because that's how much time we have to talk to some of these people.
Oh, yeah. People,
it's over. Yeah.
Absolutely. And now that you mentioned the live online shopping, I also read that just online, like e-commerce is going to be a huge thing now, more so than ever. So, so if you have any products that you can, it's just another side income that you could, you absolutely could focus on.
Right. And they're terming it, they're separating it from e-commerce now. It's called, they're separating it social commerce because they're thinking that, I guess the projection is that Facebook will have approximately half of the previous e-commerce as social commerce going forward. It was either in 5 years or 10 years, but it's a huge amount of money. So, there's opportunities for all of us as businesses to sell things online. And I did test, and you can put your own programs in, and it doesn't have to be a product. It can be a service. That it's very long. They might figure that out. But right now.
Right. I know, because I have some that have gotten approved and then some that haven't.
Right.
So again, if that bot is not in a good mood, then it's going to reject it.
Reject my Instagram engagement stuff. Yeah. No, not today. You can't talk about that today. So, all right. Well, anything else? Well, do you want to ask me anything? You want to ask me a hard question or something? Because everybody gets to ask me a question when they're here. So I guess I can let you ask me one.
Okay.
Yikes.
Pictures, taking pictures. Give us a great tip for pictures, because your images are amazing. So without telling us all of your secrets.
Well, I mean, all my secrets are in editing. I don't actually, I do take decent pictures. I always tell people I can take a good social media picture. The trick is always to be doing something, actually doing it. Like if you're talking to somebody, just talk to them and be relaxed in doing it. I hate taking pictures of myself, so I actually use video a lot. And when you take a really good video on your iPhone, you can get a screenshot of it that is crystal clear. So I use either slow motion video on the iPhone or something along those lines, and I take a lot of video, and then I take a freeze frame of that and use it as a photo that I can then edit for me. But when I'm taking pictures of people, just being comfortable and, actually enjoying what you're doing is one of the easiest ways to get good pictures.
Okay.
Flat lays are awful to have to do. That's a whole lot of lighting issues. So I try not to do those whenever possible, but there's tricks to it. You just got to have the right lights, and you can't get in the way of them. You stand on a lot of chairs, a lot of banisters, a lot of furniture when you're taking.
I do that.
really what it boils down to. You want to take a really good photo, you're probably going to have to hang from something. Why not? And I missed taking photos of people a little bit. I mean, I normally, it's buildings, you know, it's all a lot of buildings and stuff.
Right.
But I miss taking photos of people because people always say, you're never going to get a photo of me. I always take terrible photos. And if you just relax and you do stuff, and I'm not taking photos, I'm not making you pose. I don't do headshots. I'm not going to make you pose. So just relaxing. Oh, there go the dogs. Just to make it easier. So
what about, do you have okay, sorry, this is going to be a bonus question that I get. Really quick. Your favorite editing app?
Ooh, so for photos, I would say, I don't know. I like Photoshop a lot because of a lot of it can really do some awesome things, but I don't always use Photoshop. I use, oh goodness, they just came out with their new product. I'm going to find it. Why can't I find it? It's a Photoshop kind of system, but it does it based on AI. Luminar.
Oh,
AI. And it is, I just got the AI today and started using it. It is amazing what it does with one click.
Okay.
So for somebody who wants to change photos to a crazy level that I do, it helps me kind of get it there a little bit quicker. So that's because it remembers things that I've done and takes them into account. So it will push pictures when I'm editing them. It'll push them further than normal people would go.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I like that one. But Photoshop is going to be great. If you want to do, PicArts on the iPhone has a lot of, and it's high definition, like effects, as does, I don't like, what's the other one? Prisma. I don't love Prisma because you can't.
I have that one on my phone. Yeah.
You can't really control it that much, but it does have some good features if you're looking to do some,
I just love how you change the colors. I love that.
A lot of it. Well, I shoot in RAW.
Okay.
So I can literally edit every single pixel.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So, but iPhone has the ability to shoot in RAW now on the new iPhone. So it will give you the ability to edit to a whole different level now.
So I have Android, but I use my daughter's phone. I know my daughter's the only one in the house with Apple, so I'll use her phone sometimes.
Yeah, the ability to shoot in RAW is huge for photographers because so many people, and you sit there and you say, yeah, it's shot on an iPhone, but then you had to bring it back and post-produce it till, you had to replicate the pixels and all that.
Right.
Being able to shoot in RAW will be a huge difference.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. And thank you for being on and giving everybody kind of an update on, the ads and all that fun stuff, because I know there's a lot of people out there and you'll probably be getting some people that are watching on the replay going to have some questions about it and need some help. So I usually send them to you. But it's also good for them to have just a basis and know what to expect. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna end this because I'm actually I have to be on a podcast in like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody with you here and thank you very much. Have a happy holiday. Enjoy your holiday. And I'll talk to you Tuesday, I think. Yeah,
we'll be talking Tuesday. Bye guys. Nice to meet you. Any questions, let us know.
Take care. And broadcast button that doesn't like to work. Come on.